So here we go, my lovely friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you very much for joining me here at the Omnipresence Spiritual Centre Limited. I'm really, really grateful that you are joining. And this is actually the very first time I am trying, or we are trying something here to share something. Now, you might be asking, it's a little bit different. We know the person, but it's a different setup. So I will talk to you about maybe another time. So what's going on? What is the name? And all the various things. But then I feel it's much more important to share something else with you. So if this is the first time you are joining, thanks very much for being here. I am Zsuzsanna Hörcsög, and I am a psychic and then a medium, also a teacher, and also here in the UK registered as a therapist, an art therapist. So I'm going to talk to you about all those things, but then again, right now, these are not the most important things. So we are here at the Omnipresence Spiritual Centre Limited, and this is the very first broadcast or conversation what I am bringing to you here on the very first weekend, the very first Sunday of February 2024. We've been waiting for this occasion to come, but here we go. So I tell you what, when I come forward and I start talking about something, if I can manage, if I can do, I go for a little walk, I go out in nature, and I could have, as a person, I could have ideas what I want to talk about. But then while I'm out there, things are changing and new ideas come forward until a point then when I am here and I am just drawn to picking up a book from my shelves, from my bookshelves, and the whole conversation goes into a very different direction. So here we go. So the original conversation about the spring is coming and the daffodils and the snowdrops, noticing the first sign of spring in the air and then the breeze in my hair, all those things. We will talk about that, and that's an invitation. If you have the chance, opportunity, go out, take a walk in nature, really refreshing your energies, wear some heavy boots so you feel your feet being grounded and you are definitely as close to Mother Nature, Mother Earth, as close as you can be. But then here we go. Just before I started this conversation here, I had to go and get a book because something else came to my mind. And oh my goodness me, the teachings of Silver Birch. I thought, wow, I need to find something there. But then you see, it's never always about the individual person like myself who says, oh, I need to find something. Now let's find something and let's talk about that. But then the energy was really guiding me to picking up this book. And then as I opened the book, immediately it's an old book. The first edition was in 1938. It's very interesting. It's one of the books you can smell, you can feel, and then many, many people have read it before, studied and meditated on the teachings. But then the very first moment when I opened on page 50 in this book, this is what I found. And I feel it's so very beautiful. And my goodness me, it's so much resonating with the ethos and the idea of this spiritual center, which is called the Omnipresence Spiritual Center. Another time, I'm going to tell you why it is called the Omnipresence Spiritual Center and why it is unlimited. I had to add that name as well at the end, but here we go. It's really resonating. This section I'm going to read to you now, it's really going to resonate with the omnipresence, and it's nothing to do with this whole setup here, but it's really to do with all of us, every single one of us, and how much we are part of the consciousness and the great spirit, and we are never alone. So before I start reading this little section to you, I'd like to offer a prayer and also a gratitude that I'm grateful that God, Spirit, Consciousness, the highest of the highest energies, always the highest of the highest energies, led me, this person, to open this conversation, and may it be many, many other conversations coming forward for the benefit of all of us. And while I'm sharing these grateful moments of on my prayer, I am inviting you to find the gratefulness and the gracefulness in your life. So take a comfortable breath. And then as you are sitting, feel the weight of your body on your chair. Feel the weight and then the sensation of how you are sitting, whether you are sitting in the center position or on your side. whether you are maybe gently moving, maybe, you can put your feet flat on the floor so you feel very much, as much you are able to to be connected with Mother Earth. And then you know that you are present. And as you continue breathing, feel the energy, that beautiful warmth, the energy filling your heart space. That beautiful energy is always there in your heart space. We just sometimes forget about that. But now let's put our focus to our heart space and opening our heart, and then asking our mind to join in this conversation. Because with our minds, we might have different thoughts, different questions arising as we are listening to this short passage here. And just notice what is coming up for you. You might want to take a note. You might want to breathe into that experience. But while I'm talking to you here, I'm asking the greatest, the highest of the highest consciousness to bless every single one of us. On our heads, bring the blessings, bring the gratefulness, and then really the blessings on our heads, on the families, on our houses, on our neighbors, on our friends, the street where we live at, the town, the cities where we live, the region where we live. And then as we are here in this space, in this place, I'm inviting you to really open your horizon, that love, that warmth, what you are feeling in your heart may reach to many, many other people, even those ones you might not know, but we know they are there. Every single one of us are going through big shifts of energies, big changes of energies. And we might experience days where we need more guidance, more companionship, more love, more kindness. And let's be that bulb of light for one another. So, this passage, Amen. And this passage is again from the teachings of Silver Birch. And then this is how it goes. So again, I just opened the book and this is how it came to me. You must remember that each one of you is a part of the Great Spirit. Each one of you can add to his work, his power, his love, and his knowledge, even as you try to lift up all those who are less strong than yourselves. So the power of the Great Spirit is able to manifest through you. It does not matter which way you do it, or who you help, or where you bring light into darkness, so long as you raise up those who have fallen down, give strength to those who are weak, bring light where there is darkness, give food to those who are hungry, and sleep to those who have nowhere to lay their heads. This is all a part of the work of the Great Spirit. Wherever you make that effort, there will always come to you more power to sustain, inspire, and uplift you so that you will be able to do more ever than you understand. So every single one of us in the strength and the power of what we experience and what is really making us who we really are is really the great work of the Great Spirit. And knowing that whether we have the resources, whether we have the time, we've got the materialistic resources, we can always find a moment of breathing space. I mean, we can always find a couple of minutes to call somebody, to check on our neighbors, to share something what we have, maybe share something what we own in that sense, but most certainly watching out for one another, because if we hold that light very, very bright within ourselves, in our heart, then it means that we are always able to help somebody else. And we can never be afraid that light goes out, because we are very much part of that great consciousness. And then that light, that power always shines through us and never goes quiet, never goes dark. And just having that faith that we are part of the great consciousness and then a great spirit, knowing that we can be certain that our life continues. And from that space, we are able to help the next person next to us and another person and another person. And every single one of us is part of this. So even if you feel that, oh, right now things are not going as I planned, as I have planned in my life, they are not happening in a way how I want them. You are part of that great consciousness. The spirit is very much watching out for you and helping you. And maybe just consider that you have given that point of teaching, that point of experience in your life, that you need to reflect. Maybe you need to be quiet. Maybe you need to experience silence. Maybe you need to withdraw yourself a little bit. Maybe you need to create some time and space in your life so that actually you can take in what is actually happening with you, so that you will experience that sense of who you are and that warmth, that guidance coming through your heart. And then knowing that you are never alone, because spirit consciousness, the great spirit, is always there for you, even if you feel that it's not there and we are being left behind and things are not working out in our life. Now, you see, I started this conversation that it's February, the first weekend, 4th of February, 2024, and this is the very first weekend, the very first weekend in February in 2024. I don't know what I'm repeating. It's quite interesting. I'm attached to this time, but here we go. We are celebrating that. And that is a time, that is a time that we are coming. Again, you see, this is how it comes together with my conversation about nature, we are coming through here in the UK, the northern hemisphere, in this sense. We are coming through darkness, and we might have felt that, oh, those long days will never end. And then those conversations which brought heaviness into our lives, so situations, they will not go away, and we just need to sit through. We just need to be in those places. But then you see just like how nature is changing, and then darkness is experiencing light, and from darkness we are moving into the light, the lightness. There's this February and March, and the spring is very, very soon here. And then similarly in our heart, we are finding that space. If you feel that, oh, we haven't received that guidance, we haven't received the blessings of the Great Spirit, and we are not present to the teachings and the wisdom and the guidance, and we are feeling left behind, then we know that from that space there is always light. The light is always there. We just need to look for that moment of gratitude, gracefulness, moment of joy, moment of clarity, and that energy, that source coming from the Great Spirit, coming from the consciousness, really is there everywhere, and is there for you. It's available for you as well. And if you feel that life is going or giving you a little bit of a bumpy ride, then take the ride, because once you are on the other side of it, once you reflect and realize why you had to go through that situation, then you will realize what your learning has been, and then you will be grateful for that learning, and then everything will be very clear for you, and then you will feel the peace, and then you will feel the gratitude in your heart. So stay strong, and then have the faith that nothing and nobody is being left behind. And then we need to have the faith, we need to have the love going beautifully and warmly in our hearts. And then even if we feel that we were maybe unkind to people and we acted or we said certain things in an unkind manner because we were coming very much from our egos, and that's a time for reflection. It could very easily that we run very short of energy or become short-tempered and might say certain things to people and situations, and we don't have the courage to go back to the person and say something or apologize or clear the space or even check upon them, just to know that they are fine. They are fine. These are, again, opportunities that we can just sit back, step back, actually not sit back, but step back, and then know that there is something to learn for every single one of us. And again, this is all a part of the work of the Great Spirit. So we are experiencing life in all different forms and shapes and frequencies. And then once we got that learning, then we are able to reflect and we are able to realize the learning, the sense of learning. So yes, wherever you make that effort, that there will always come to you more power to sustain. So that energy is never going to leave you. So you cannot say, oh, I'm not helping somebody or I'm not standing up because I will not have the time or the energy. That physically, of course, we need to look after ourselves, but then energetically, spiritually, knowing that that energy, that power is always there, is always there. We just need to be quiet. Maybe we just need to reflect, maybe journal, maybe meditate, maybe take a quiet walk outside in nature. Because that power to sustain, inspire, and uplift you will always come to you, so that you will be able to do more ever than you understand. And then the understanding is really when we are looking back and we realize, wow, that's why I needed to experience that situation or that conversation with that person. So I hope it resonated with you, this conversation. Feel free to send an email. The link is going to be underneath this recording. It's still going with my original conversation, which is the Zsuzsanna Medium conversation. And the email you can send to is hello@zsuzannamedium.com. And I would love to hear your ideas, your questions, how it resonated with you, this conversation, what you would like to learn, what you would like to hear about, what you find inspiring, where you feel that you are stuck in your life. And we are going to take it from there. So, uh, from that space, before we finish this conversation, I'd like us just gently closing our eyes, if you feel comfortable with that, and feeling your weight in your chair or in your body and on your chair, and feeling that beautiful warmth and loving energy in your heart. And imagine that you are walking through a forest and it's very peaceful. You hear the birds, you hear your feet walking through the leaves and the fallen branches, and you want to cherish every single moment here. And then as you walk, you find a small circular open space, and it seems as if the trees are holding that space for you. Bright, you see the light coming from above. You see tree trunks around, and you feel that there have been other people before you taking this journey, and they might have sat here before to meditate, to collect their thoughts, to pray, to ground, to earth themselves. And then as you are sitting down in a comfortable, mossy corner, you feel the breeze on your face, in your hair. And while you are keeping your eyes closed, you can still see the light cascading down from above and bringing you different colors, different hues, sensations through your eyelids closed. And you know you are in a safe space. And in that space, as you are sitting quietly, in your heart, you invite all those loved ones, friends, neighbors, colleagues. You might need healing because you want to share the healing moments with everybody. And as you sit quietly there, you notice that they come forward one by one from behind the trees, some of them from the path you have taken, but then they all want to be there with you. They all want to share this moment of peace, calm energy. You watch them one by one, You smile at them. You feel their energies. You feel their emotions, some sadness, some loss, some joy, even excitement or curiosity why they are invited there. And you know that you do not need to speak to any of them because this is a beautiful environment, beautiful, peaceful space. And as you continue breathing, you feel the light above your head opening, and then the trees are opening the space above your heads. And that beautiful light comes down, again cascading down on the top of your heads, down your faces. Everyone is feeling it on their faces, on your shoulders, on your arms, elbows, your wrists, your fingers, the toenail. You feel everything becomes light. And as you continue breathing, you notice and you sense that everyone's heart space is filling up with that beautiful, beautiful light, the beam of light, the healing power, warmth, the calmness, the joy is being felt. And as you are continuing breathing, you feel that energy filling up the bottom of your torso, the abdominal area, and then you feel it as you are sitting on that tree trunk or on the grass or on the moss or on the leaves or on the branches, on the ground. It's all very quiet and peaceful. But then that light, since it has been invited to bring forward healing power and healing energy, is filling up every single one of you, all who gathered here. And as you continue breathing, you are feeling the easiness in your knees, your kneecaps. You feel the healing, the warmth, the easiness on your ankles, on your toes, the bottom of your feet. And as you look around, you see that some of your friends and relatives, they are stretching, they are hugging each other, they are sitting quietly maybe. You see the joy and then the smiles on their faces. Some of them might be even shedding a few tears. But then you know that you are all in a safe place because healing was necessary for every single one of you. You feel the gratitude. You express that gratitude. And as you continue breathing, that beautiful white light, bright light, is continuing to bring forward healing to every single one of you. Continue breathing and remember that this place is always available for you. And as you are sitting and looking around, you notice your friends, your families, all feeling the joy, the calmness, the strength in their physical bodies. They can stretch, they can stand up, they can move, they stand tall. And when they are ready, they start taking their journeys back to their own homes. And you do the same. You wait until the last friend leaves, goes home. And then you are asking for blessings. You are asking for gratitude for this place. And as you are saying your prayers and feeling the joy and love in your heart, you yourself stand up and stretch tall and look around and find your path, because you need to find your path, the path you have taken to get here. And you start walking, once again listening to the birds around you, feeling the breeze on your face and going through, brushing through your hair, feeling the heaviness and then the movement of your physical body, because you are wearing, of course, you are wearing your big boots You are hearing the sounds of the leaves and the branches under your feet as you are picking up your pace. And then you are excited to return to your own reality and be present to your own family members, your own friends, your own community. And then from that place, you remember that light is always there with you in your heart and available to share. And just like the white eagle's teaching, we will remember that light is always there for every single one of us. And we can always come back to this place. And we know that power is always there for the growth and then for the joy, the joyfulness of ourselves, and then for the benefit of every single one of us. So take a comfortable breath and feel that you are back on your chair. You feel the weight of your body on your chair. You might want to start moving your toes. You feel your ankle, you feel your knees, you feel your fingers. You start moving with your fingers. You might want to do something with your nose and brushing with your fingers, brushing through your hair, rubbing your ears so that you know that you are present. You are back in this reality, back into your room. And whenever you are ready, I'd like you to open your eyes and maybe drink a sip of water, stretch, adjust yourself on your chair, and remember that you are back in your reality and feeling that gratitude and peace, what you have experienced through this journey. Wonderful, wonderful. So, my lovely friends, I hope you enjoyed this little conversation here. That was the very first time I was here with you from the Omnipresence Spiritual Centre Limited. I am Zsuzsanna. How you might find me as Zsuzsanna Medium. And I will talk to you another time about what is happening with the various pages and where you can find further information. If you are interested in what is coming up on our timeline of this spiritual center, so it's not me as a person, but now it's a different setup. Feel free to send me an email so I can send you updated information. Send the emails to hello@zsuzannamedium.com. And then for the time being, as I speak to you right now in February 2024, our website is still www.zsuzannamedium.com. And you will see it's changes, shifting, the energies are changing. So I intend to add more and more to this new creation. And another time I will tell you why it is called the Omnipresence Spiritual Centre Limited. But then for the time being, I really appreciate you have been here. You shared this time with me here. And feel free to send an email and be in touch, get in touch. And whichever platform you are listening to this conversation, please give us a like, a follow, a share, and comment. And I'll do my best to get back to every single one of you. And here we go. So that was our very first conversation from this place. I'm looking forward to coming back and sharing something else. Sometimes I do my live readings, what I used to do or what I would be doing as a psychic and medium and a teacher and then a coach. So you can check those ones out as well. Available on Facebook, available on YouTube and TikTok. And right now, just concentrating on the Omnipresence Spiritual Centre Limited. However, you can still find me as Zsuzsanna Medium. So find those places and check out when the various posts were created and posted. If you are maybe ending up landing on an old page called Zsuzsanna Medium, you know that that is an old page. At the beginning of August 2023, I lost all that community, what I personally built up for, worked on for a few years. And had a dream, a series of dreams, went through a big cold or some bug, got some bugs, stomach bugs. So I was not well for quite a few days. And that opened up the consciousness, and Spirit God consciousness said, let's find this person. Let's share her the next mission, what needs to be brought forward. So it's not like what she needs to bring forward, but then what the next mission is. And so the dreams, I will tell you the dreams another time. So here we go. It was wonderful to be here. Thanks very much. Thanks for your time. Thanks for sharing this space with me and this conversation, and talking to you very, very soon. I'm sending you many, many, many blessings and much love, and speaking to you very, very soon. Thanks very much. Thanks. Bye.